And we'll eyeball that about there. I have to say, this black PLA printed much better than the Protopasta HDPLA. The HDPLA seemed to shrink a little bit, so a lot of my tolerances things were pretty tight when I first put this together. But this went together remarkably easy. I mean, like just like that, here we have the extruder all put together. So now, let's move you guys up to here. It's slowly sagging. Okay. Now I can go ahead and reattach this. So you guys under here. The only thing again I cannot do is the part cooling fan, but I will go back and do that later because that's pretty easy to put on and I don't have to be too fancy with it. It just needs to be on there. And we have the Pinda probe on this side, which is stuck, of course. Okay. And 1, 2. Come on. Oh, I need to put these cables in first. There in your slot. There in your slot. It just takes a little bit of eyeballing to get this in the right place. Well, no, don't do that, Jane. I'll turn this so you guys can see in a minute. But this part is a little bit tricky. I'm going to use this sucker. Bam! Like that, the extruder's reattached. Alright, let's flip this around now so you guys can actually be able to see what we're working on here. See all that? Yeah. Alright. Did I drop out? Oh, I did drop out. Sorry about that. Hopefully there won't be any more of those. Let me close Photoshop as well. No, don't save that. Let's hope there's no more dropouts. So here we have everything here. I have to reattach the Pinda probe cable, which pretty sure was white up. Yeah, white up. Okay, and then really dislike the cable on this one. Do this here. Put the service loop in there because that's got to be in there like that. For the back plate, which I'm still using the original red one that I had printed. So now I got to pass all these cables through it. Oh no, you don't get passed through. You come up out of the way. So this goes through. The nylon goes through. The extruder and the fan go through. Oh, it's tight. Let's pull this out. Come on. Probably should have did that one first. Nope, there it goes. Okay. So we can pull those cables through. Man, that is a super long cable for the extruder motor, but it has the right connector, and that's what matters. So this comes up here, and I'm missing a few bolts from that, which are right here. Rather than some motors on AliExpress don't generate enough torque. I can't say. I honestly can say I have not bought motors from AliExpress, so I cannot speak to that. And I am missing one more, which is right here. So make sure all those get pinched in there. I have the torque way down on this, so it just barely gets those tight, and then a couple clicks, and we are in business. Yeah, those are good. Oh, I didn't push that in there first. Can I get that in there now? One cable at a time. One second, I gotta fix this cable up here now. Nope, I didn't put that in, so I gotta pull this back out. Should give me enough space now to. So this goofy filament sensor cable, the way they have it in there is just asinine. There we go. Okay. Now that's properly managed. All right. So now we've got all of our cables right here. You just go nice down inside of that one, supposedly. And now I can start with the cable wrap. We're just gonna do the beginning part of this cable wrap again, and then I'm gonna wait to fully wrap it, I think. But I do need to open up the manual about the what's it called, the way the cable ties go, because that I do not remember. New frame is linked down in the video description. Open up the Google document and you'll find links for all of that. I need to go back a step and the axis, and then once I finish this part, then we can go to the I'm using spiral wrap for the E. And let's go. I need 5 zip ties for this. I remember that part. 5. Alright, extruder's already put together, blah blah blah. Don't need any of that part. That's already done. Nylon's done. That's all attached. Here we go. So the 3 of those go upwards from the right side. 1, 2, and that's backwards. 3. Okay, so this one gets torqued all the way down here. And then these two are up top here. Okay, so now we can go 1, 2, 3. And then now they go in from this side for the bottom half. So 1, 2. That is going to capture the extruder and sensor. Where do those get? Right there. Like that. 1 and 2. So now I could include that. And blah, blah. We're just going to go to right. I guess I'll do the whole thing. Why not? We're here. We're doing it. I am going to have to do a little bit of soldering and cutting again just to shorten the one cable. I'll have to shorten the thermistor as well, but I think I need to swap out with a different connector because my connector I don't think will work on the NZ board. And I do have other connectors here to use instead. We're cooking along now. Hey JR, what's up, man? Possibly, and for PECFan, and then PECFan also again. If you go into the Google Sheets document down there and open it up, you will see links for every single component in the printer. I spent quite a while doing that, so please look at the document. I'm not going to repeat it. All right, so I got that part done. Here, again, that's all done. The only thing I have to add is the fan at a different time, which is fine, but and an LCD is done. I've already done all that, so we can skip that part. We're doing a heated bed with spiral wrap. No, with the textile sleeve. So I have the heated bed right here. So I already did the initial attaching everything there. The 3D printed parts are on there. And all right, so now we're gonna do the part where we got stuck at last time. Now we are officially caught up to last time. This part is not terribly fun. That's okay. So we have that. Let me get the hardware out. So here I have the spacers and the screws for this. And we're going to do the middle first. So let me pull you guys a little bit closer here, if I can, so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So that goes there in the middle. I'm going to cheat and do that. Lo and behold, look at that. It freaking works. That just makes my millennium right there. I'm not going to make these all tight yet. I just want to get them in. I'm doing the easy ones first. These corners are easy. Side ones are a little bit more difficult. There's that one. I need a pair of needle nose. Here they are. I missed it. There's that. Forward. I can't reach those back ones now. Loosen these up a little bit. Sorry, this is the riveting part, you know. What's my decision on the quality of the Chinese parts? I mean, they're definitely not Prusa parts. Not gonna lie there. There's definitely a quality difference, but I'm also paying for some of the parts half the price that you are when you buy from Prusa directly. So, I mean, if you want to save money, you can, but you take the risk of the last, like I said, the last frame I had, none of it was tapped. So what I might end up doing is, people gave me a lot of great ideas on what to do for that frame. I may do that at another point in time, but what I was kind of thinking is I could tap that for M4 instead of M3 parts. So everything would work out fine except for the heated bed, and some people would give me some ideas about inserts and using standoffs, and I think whenever I have more time I may do that for just something fun to do. But this one, I wanted it to be as doggone close as possible, and jimmy rigging it like that was not an option. So how tight am I supposed to make this? Because I don't remember. Oh, thanks, Tom. So we'll just snug these down. So we do that one, then we do the plus sign. Now we're going to do the corners. So the other thing to say about the parts, you can't buy replacement Prusa parts until you buy a Prusa printer. They do have that locked down. And if anybody has any ideas on the magnetism of this, it definitely holds on just as good as the original. I can say that. That is nice. Power supply is already on there. We did that part. And we already skipped over some a little bit. We're going to go electronics next. Yeah, so I've already done some work on the electronics here. Again, I wanted to get pretty much to where it was last time. I don't know if I got this mounted last time. I did. It was mounted last time. So that was done. And this is going to be a little hard to show you guys, but at least you can see that, right? You can see that? Can you see that? Yeah, so here we have the housing on there. This is the newest design. Now I did have a problem putting in the square nuts into some of these here. I ended up using my soldering iron and pushing those square nuts in. I did kind of mess it up just a little bit there, but it's on the back side of the printer. No one's going to see that. I'm not terribly worried about it, but we have that all is on there. The LCD is connected in here. Board's obviously installed, and the X is already run here. So that's done. So now let's spend a few minutes and let's do the Z, because I forgot to do one of the Z motors. So we're going to go ahead and set this like this here. Okay, let me go back to my screen. You guys can see what's going on. So this motor I forgot to wire up. I have one more super duper long cable here for it. And it's a pretty easy thing to install because I just need to cut out one zip tie here and redo that one. So that will make life easy. So we take out that zip tie. I'm going to go ahead and put another one in to move those. Yeah, my LCD cables are a smidgen short, so I'm not putting them into this bundle that you're supposed to. It doesn't really matter at all. It's just cable management, and I don't really care. Okay, so that's in there now. And now, as you can see on the little screen, this is an enormous cable, which I'm going to cut down. But we need to take it through this one here. And before I knock that off again, son of a gun. You can see that. Now I do have a little stool here that I can sit on while I do this part, because this part is kind of up close and personal, as I need to cut down this cable. I need to cut down, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut down the heater. The heater is also wicked long, so let me do this here, you guys see. So here's the heater cable. It's very long. The thermistor cable is very long, and it did come out of the connector there. It's okay, it still work. The extruder motor cable is very long. So we're going to go ahead and take care of those cables now. I apologize that it won't be the most riveting thing to watch, but it has to be done. And I do have everything here that I need. I'm going to heat up my soldering iron. So if anybody has any questions on how to bunt cables together with soldering, I'm going to show that now. I am not a professional at this, but it does work very well for me. And yeah, that's that. My solder out. We're going to need some. So I'm doing several cables, so I need a bunch of. Oh man, I forgot my. Forgot the lighter out there to melt this down, because I don't want to use the heat gun. It's too loud, especially on a stream. Oh, thanks, Pretty Fan. I appreciate that. So I'm gonna half down a whole bunch of shrink tubing there, and then start cutting down on the cable here. There's that one, and then we'll cut it down to like somewhere manageable. So like there's not as short as I want it, but that'll work. That is now trash. Nice thing about these being together is you can snip all 4 cables at once. Strip them all at once, I should say. Wish I had music, but that's in streaming. That just makes life difficult to figure out copyright crap. All right, so we'll do this motor first. The 4 cables there. We are heated up, and now we'll go to work. Are we heated up yet? You sound heated up. There we go. I know I don't have a fan or a respirator. Sorry. But ain't nobody got time or space for that. All right, so those are tipped. I gotta do these ones here. One, 2, 3, 4. All right. All right, so now we'll put on the shrink tubing. This is super small shrink tubing. You should use a 1 size bigger, but I don't want to use 1 size bigger because I'm limited on it. So as long as you keep your solder, your bunts together nice and flat and not use a ton of solder, you should be okay. Where are you going to get the build plate? So I did order the build plate online, but it was crap on AliExpress. I did not try the Phi-Tech one, so I cannot say whether this is good or not, but I have 2 of the originals from my original Mark III. I have a BuildTak one, and I have another one from somewhere. I don't remember where I got that one from. So those are the ones that I'm going to be using. So now a little bit of solder on there and put these together. All right. Now I can unclip that. Pull the shrink tubing up and over. Again, sorry for the most riveting thing you've seen on YouTube today, but this has to be done. Oh, that one's a little bit off. Son of a gun. There we go. That one. Come on. Okay. Let me run and get the lighter real quick. I'm just going to duck under here. Alright, sorry about that. 1 second. Let me get this mic back on. Alright, sorry about that. And there we have the other Z motor. Which begs the question on these other ones, because I thought I had done the other Z, which I did not. So I need to trace it out real quick. Let's see. Yep, that's the Y cable. So here's the other Z cable to get plugged in there. And Y goes X, then Y. All right, that's nice and tidy. Okay. So now we'll do some here on the extruder end here. So those cables are all good. I need to get connectors. I need to see where that attaches. So, am I planning to do any upgrades? No. There's no reason putting upgrades on this. I need to look at the connections here real quick because of the... I think I need just the DuPonts. They're using ferrules. I guess I could go get my ferrule kit and use those. I need to get a DuPont and ferrules. So stand by 1 second. I'll get back under here again. Hey! So, reach up here. Got my DuPont kit. And I've got my ferrule kit. Or ferrule, however people want to say it. If I don't pronounce it right, sorry. I need to get out the ferrule crimper, which is this tool. I need a DuPont crimper too. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That's ferrule. That's DuPont. I need that crimper. That should be it. Oh no, I'm stuck. Okay. So let's take down this thermistor one first. I'll leave a little bit of extra on it. But this is also one of the trickiest because the cable is so doggone small. What I end up doing is I double the cable over and then put it into the DuPont connector just because it is so doggone thin. Oh, it didn't work out so hot. So let's just make this really long here. And did that way, okay. I'll be able to triple this over now. DuPont connections are finicky. And I need to not drop it because I dropped my JST kit not long ago. Thankfully, the wife helped me sort that out. But that was not fun. So I need DuPont. And I need a 2-pin. If you guys can't see right now, sorry, I haven't looked at the camera in a half minute. So let me look real quick so you guys see what at least I'm doing here. Yeah, you're good enough. I'll go back to here and see any comments. So I sure wish my lighting was just a smidgen better. Okay, here's one. I'm actually tripling this up. All it's doing is giving the wire more surface area to come in contact with the DuPont, with the metal connector. Again, these are some tiny, tiny wires. That one's on. There. Jacketing. And there's two. So, one. I have to say, I have never done it in the first try before. I always waste a bunch. The build tech is the build tech magnetic sensors going to work. Yeah, so the build tack is piece of spring steel. It just has one side has build tack on it, one side has PEI on it. You still have to do the bed leveling initial setup on it every time. Like the first time you switch to the build, so every time I switch build plates, I do have to do that that first level setup. It doesn't take long. But once you do it a couple times, you end up getting used to it. You just have to be mindful of the filament color that you use, because when you're doing it on build tack, you obviously shouldn't use clear or black or blue. You should use like white and then switch to a different filament. But that's just a little bit of not common knowledge, but it should be common knowledge. Okay, so here we have the dingle hopper for the heater cartridge. So I did have to put a different heater cartridge in because this is a 24 volt system, and I don't need that anymore. It's trash. I can go ahead and strip this down. That one down. And the problem with this is it's stupid fibrous outer layers you have to snip off. That one. One day I'll be at a place where like I can get close up like Tom does, and that'll be amazing. But until then, my apologies. What size to use? That's the next question. That fits. I like that. We have the crimper for it. Okay. I think these are 2 millimeter or 1.2 millimeters, something like that. Boom. All right. So there's that. Now we can attach those back into this thing. And this connector is nice that because I bought it again on AliExpress, it came with the connector for the Mark III for the NZ board. That's one thing you have to worry about, is the connectors on the NZ board are different than they are for normal Rambo boards or MKS boards, any of the base boards, anything like that. They're all different connectors, so you do need to keep that in mind when you're parting out your system, because it's going to be different. I wonder, like, I guess I could get away with this. I don't need to shorten that one down. But let's give it a go. So let me clean up this stuff, turn off the soldering iron so I don't burn my butt. I don't need the crimpers or the strippers or these crimpers or the lighter or this trash cable on my floor. Okay, so I don't need this anymore. Helping hands. This can go into there. So I don't know how well I'm going to be able to show you guys this, but the when I go back here into the instructions, the dingle hopper, yes. Wait, what just happened here? Oh, I just missed a whole bunch. Sorry, guys. Looking good. What to do? I've not heard of those motors before. Mark, different colors for what? Well, the build tech, thankfully they have a YouTuber program. So I still have to buy it, but they give a significant discount to YouTubers that want to use their stuff. So I did get a nice discount on it. Still was pricey, as I bought the entire flex plate system, and I bought one just for this. So let's go to the instructions. Okay, for the bed, it goes in like this. And then I need the clamp out, so I think the clamps are the same. Nope, it's this one. Man, that is tight to get that to fit in there. Holy cow. It's because I'm putting it on backwards. That could be why. That is why. Alright. So, holy cow, this is going to be tight to get these in. M10s, huh? Alright. Or I should say M3 by 10 mils. Holy cow. Yeah, this part is again different than my Mark III, but again, aftermarket parts don't fit exactly the same as originals. Okay, now I can come in with this. Okay, that gripped. Now I get the second one. Okay, there's the heated bed and the thermistor. Doesn't tell me where that goes in yet. Go from the heated bed. So let's attach that one now, which is gonna be fun. The cable management of this printer is amazing, but God, is it a pain at the exact same time. So, positive on the right, negative on the left. There is like 3 inches of cable here to work with. Oh, those aren't loose yet. Okay. My head's in the way, I'm sorry. Okay. There's the negative and positive. All right. So those are connected properly. X, Y, and Z is connected now. Okay, the heated bed thermistor goes into this connector right here. And I already have the power one is already in there. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and connect the extruder bundle to this sucker, and that's with this one. And I need two M3x10s in there. Those are already in there. So it says to put in the here's the nylon that fits in there like that, which is probably actually a smidgen long for what it needs to be. I think this needs to be clamped down in there. I'm actually going to go ahead and shorten this a smidge just because it is too long. All right, and then we have a little bit of the cabling goes into there. We have the clamp. That's going to go right there. And I will hand tighten this one down because it's easier. This textile cable is nice, but man, it is so thick. It's a little hard to get it clamped in there all the way. All right, there's the extruder bundle in there now. That looks so nice. Okay, so again, here's where it's a little tricky because we have to get down in here. Man, it's really hard to see. Where did I put? Okay, so here's that little 3D printed part I was talking about. This is new to the setup as of just a few months ago. They added this, and this has to go into one of the 8-pin connectors for the filament sensor to fit in there snugly. So it also is a little bit harder to print because you have to make sure that you have the thin walls or allow a perimeter extrusion only in Simplify 3D enabled. Otherwise, it doesn't work. And then the red cable. Shoot, it's red on theirs. It's not on mine. Oh wait, it's this. It's this one here. Did I put this on backwards? I don't know. I might have. I don't know if it's going to work or not. And I cannot see in there at all. Even with all this light. I can't see jack. Well, it's definitely in there snugly now. So, hip hip hooray. Alright, so that is the sensor bundle. So the extruder heater is going to get plugged into this sucker right here. Nope, I'm on a cable. Stop. All right, the heater is in. And then we have the and the blue one is the hot end fan. The print fan's one I don't have, so the hot end fan I do have. Oh, I need to put a connector on that. Oh, shoot. Okay. That's what I forgot to do. I need to put a DuPont connector on those cables real quick. So it's a good thing I still have all my stuff right here. Ugh. This, I need 3 pins. 1, 2, 3. I need a 3-pin DuPont connector. 3-pin. I would say, man, buying this kit has been invaluable over the years of doing 3D printing work. It's paid for itself many, many times, and that broke. There we go. Oh, crimpers. Ugh. There's 1. There's 2. Come on. Nope, 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 nope. Don't do that. And 3. And the pinout is yellow, red, black. So black and yellow. Okay. And the yellow's on the right side. So then like so. I think that's in there. Feels like it. Yeah, it's in there. All right. And then we have, okay, filament sensors installed already. Print fan. Filament sensor. Yeah, that's done. So I still have the pin to probe. All right, so the extruder motor goes into the blue. Here's the extruder motor. It goes into this one way over here. Like that. A little bit of extra there. That'll get inside there. And then this is the thermistor, which is yellow, which goes into this connector here. And then pin to probe is orange and goes into this connector right here. And there's the wiring. LCD, I already double checked that. It just takes an 40. There's this one right here, so I have it here. Yep. All right. And we're just gonna button this up real quick, and we might be able to see if we're in business or not. That's not closed all the way, so that's gonna block it a little bit. So I need to tighten this down more, which is not going to. Didn't think so. That's okay. We will deal with it not being fully closed. Not a huge issue. Not at all. I already put feet on it. I already have my spool holder on it. Pre-flight check. All right, let me clean up here just a smidge, and we can continue on with this journey. Stuff put away. Spare nuts and bolts that I had around for this in case I needed them. Don't need that anymore. Not anymore. So you go in there. You go in there. Oh, I do have the little black nubbit here for that guy to go there. Alright, so we're going to have to adjust the pin to probe now. So I'm still going to need this screwdriver here. This can go into that box. This can go into there. Let's save the extruder parts. That one. Okay, oh, I do need a, I think I need a zip tie for this. Okay. Make sure you guys can see. Any comments? I didn't see anything. So the STLs are on the Prusa website, so you can go on there and just search Prusa, just search MK3 STLs. It'll take you right to their website. Yeah, we're gonna hope the smoke stays inside, definitely. So let's see. First thing is this goes all the way over to here. That looks okay. Move the extruder to the left. All right, now we're gonna lower down the. We're gonna lower it to the build plate now. You guys see what I'm doing here? Yeah, good enough. Okay, so that is just above that right there. Move the extruder all the way to the right. And make the same adjustment. Bring that down. Right to there. Back over to here. Right there. Okay. All right, so move the extruder to the center, the x-axis, right there. Take a zip tie. This is the zip tie part. This is the one I forgot. I need this for. Well, I remembered, but I didn't forget it. So it should just be that high. So it is too high right now. Yeah, it does not want to move. I think I had this problem last time too. Get right to there. Okay, bend to probe height is set. Form and all that jazz. All right, let's fire this sucker up and see what happens. Plugged in? Crap, nothing. Nada. Son of a gun. Wait, what's the, did I set this to 110? Set to 110. For sure shooting, ain't nothing coming out now. I wonder if something came loose somewhere. Alright, so let's, the power supply's turning on. So the power supply is turning on, but the board is not turning on. That does not bode well. The board did turn on before, as I did flash it. Let me just make sure that the panic thing is in there. Those are on there securely. Alright, well, I just lost my microphone. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Alright, the board is booting up. Maybe it's an LCD problem. So let me swap those around. Fan's on. Nothing on the LCD still. Okay. Wonder if the LCD went bad on me, which very well might have. But I think I have another one. So give me a moment to dig it out. And I mean, it's powering up, but again, there's nothing on the LCD. Again, I'm using old hardware, so that could be the culprit. Enough parts. Unplug that. This is 1. This is 2. No, nothing. If I switch them, still nothing. Oh, son of a gun. Keep stepping on this microphone cable. Alright. Now let's make sure they are plugged in. way one more time there. Nope. Let's try it this way one more time here. No. Okay, maybe the cables need to be switched around. So I need to go back to the LCD section. I flashed it a long time ago. I just need to see which way the data cable goes. Towards the SD card. And they're going away from the SD card. So I will cheat and do it the cheater way, and I'm just going to cut off the pin. I did that before. Okay, maybe did I screw up the contrast when I did this? Because, okay, so it's lit up now, but I'm not seeing any picture. So we're now troubleshooting that. Okay, what just happened? Oh, son of a gun, what is going on with this thing? Where'd that other LCD go? Seriously, where did I put the other LCD at? Didn't put it back in there. I swear I'm gonna lose my mind. Here it is. I'm gonna try with this one. Prusa i3 Research. Oh, okay. So we've got display on this one. So I'm gonna swap out LCDs real quick because I think this other one is dead. He's dead, Jim. That's not going to be as easy as I was hoping either. Oh, son of a gun. Okay, stand by, guys. Let me do this real quick. I have to totally take this thing off so I can put this other one on. this off. Slide you off. Oh, nope, that screw's in the way. Now I can slide that off. Slide this part off. Okay, so now I can slide these on. I think I just cranked it to 11. Where'd that go? Yeah. Okay, I hit the contrast on that, which was not a smart idea. Knob off. Okay, that in. I got a few screws here to put in now. Oh shoot, there it is. One and maybe two. All right. And of course, all of the square nuts, well, okay, 2 of them came out. Put those back in. Line those back up. Now we can go ahead and re-screw on the mount. One, two, 3, and 4. All right, ladies and germs, we are in business. Let me see where the camera's looking right now, because I don't know. But here it's asking me, can I guide you through the process? Yes, you can. Gonna check for common assembly problems. Oh, shnikes. This is gonna work, but hey. Oh, where'd that big bolt go? Shoot. Oh, there it is. It's just checking something, I don't know. Let's reset, start from the beginning. Okay. Hi there, I'd like to guide you through the process. Yes. All right, starting the self-test. It's probably going to air out on the print fan. So again, I can maybe bypass that with the other fan that I have here. Okay, it's going to self-test fail every time. So let me get out that other fan. I do have one other 5-volt fan here that will work. I gotta just dig it out here real quick. There it is. Of course, it doesn't have any connectors on it, so I need to wire this up real quick. Again, this is just to bypass it until I get the actual extruder fan on there. Yeah, Justin 3D, you're right. It does. It needs this. It needs the fan for the self-test, which I hypothesized that would be a problem, and lo and behold, it is. So we will get there super quick. I just have to put a connector on the end of this. So I'm using these Sun-Ons from DigiKey, which come very highly recommended in the i3 Mark III Facebook group as replacements for the Noctua fan because people don't like it. And I did think ahead a little bit and bought 2 of them. But again, my 5-volt part cooling fan is not here yet. Come on. Sometimes you gotta pinch these leads together a little bit to get the perfect crimp there. Okay, number 3. Okay, so that was reds in the middle, blacks on one side, yellows on the other side. All right, let me connect this in here real quick. It's the wrong screwdriver. And I will now bamboozle you by putting this in here like that. Okay, that fan is connected. I'm gonna reclose this now so that it is out of the way. All right, so reboot the printer. Oh, out of the way again. Oh. Yes, let's do that. All right, let's start the self-test. Extruder fan, it spins. Print fan, it spins. And haha, okay. We're looking good here. All right, so it's checking the hot end. I have not heat sealed the hot end yet. So I will need to do that. Hot end okay. Checking x-axis. X. It didn't even move X though. Slide's okay. Self-test failed. Alright, so reset and try again. It's connected. The clone board did not come pre-flashed. I flashed it myself. Mouse has got to cool down now. I don't know. It's when I looked at the new cable, the cable looked exactly the same as mine that I had on there. So I am not sure what the problem will be then. I'm not sure which cables I need to switch out. Unless I just flip the whole connector. I did not flash it in a video, Mark. I did it a long time ago to test the board to make sure the board actually worked. I need a drink. Where did I put it? Over there. There we go. So when you plug this board into Prusa Slicer Edition, it sees it as an MK3. Are you going to build an MK3 yourself, or are you going to buy the kit? I mean, the Ender 3, I have one here. It's okay. It's definitely not an MK3, though. I mean, don't let that fool anybody. I think once it gets under 50, it's okay to go then. Ugh. Yep, there it goes. So we're going to do the fans again. Yeah, I might need to go ahead and switch the cable. I'm going to try it one more time. What software did I use? I used the Prusa Slicer Edition. Is there any issue using Protopasta's carbon fiber non-HTPLA? Nope, should be fine. A lot of people have used the Protopasta HTPLA. Regular PLA should be fine as well. Pack fan, I mean, if you have one that you like. Yeah, okay, so it tried to move X, but it couldn't. It just vibrated. So maybe one of the loops is wrong. I mean, I can't say if it's worth building until after I get through these bumps right now. So I'm sorry, I can't give a definitive answer. If you feel confident in it. All right, so self-test failed. It should let me get to the menu though. And I can check something here. Okay, I don't care about that. So we're going to go to settings, move axis, move X. Well, it's not even like it's reversed, it's just not even moving. I do hope the motor's good. Motor should be. So, all right. So thoughts on reverse wires or bad driver? The belt is not super tension because I can easily move it with one hand. But it does have tension on it as if it has voltage on the coil. So if I take it out, it moves super freely. But if I put this back on, it jumps the coils, which means it makes it harder to move. So that begs the question, which cables should I switch? Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's the, I don't smell anything, so I think the board is fine. I think it's going to be the wiring, but I'm not sure again which way to switch the wires around. I did shorten the X cable. No, again, if it has magnetism on it, which means it has that there. I am confident my soldering is fine. All right, I'll switch these around real quick. Red, black, white, white, and yellow. To settings, move axis, X. Oh, see, it shutters and then stops. So I guess I could start switching the pairs then. I don't have another one of these cables. That's the problem right now. Let me see if the other axis is actually moved. Nope. Y did it. Okay, Z's move okay. But X and Y does not. So flipping the cable obviously did not do it. So I wonder if I switch. The pairs are left and right, or is it inside and outside of the pairs? I can never remember. Does anybody remember if it's inside and outside or if it's left and right? Red, black, yellow, white. I have another motor sitting here. So let me put this wire back the way it's supposed to be, which is red, black, white, yellow. All right, Let's put it into this motor here. And let's go down. Settings, move axis, move X. Nope, doesn't move that either. Definitely has magnetism in it. Left and right are the pairs. So let me try switching one pair. So I'll switch red and black. See if that changes anything. So put black here. And then red there. Oh, I can't see from that angle. Settings, move axis, X. That did jack shite. Alright, so then let's switch these ones. So we'll switch the yellow and white pair. So white goes in here. Yellow then goes into here. Put that back in. That did not do it, so let's switch the red and black back. All right, if this still doesn't work, then I guess I'll do a connectivity test on the cable to make sure that it has connectivity on each wire. So that's back. This is the third and final configuration that it could be in. Nothing. Okay, so let's normalize the last one. This zip tie is just getting annoying. White's on the inside, yellow's on the outside. Yeah, I don't think there's any voltage pots on this. It's all automatic with the TMC 2130s. Yeah, see, it's definitely gripping, but not actually moving the motors. Okay, well, let's pull out X here. And let's pull out of this. Let me get my handy dandy voltage meter, and we'll see. Light, select. Okay, so we're gonna go, where's it at? Come here. So we'll go red to, oh, I can't do this with just two hands. Okay, red checks out. Black checks out. White checks out. Yellow checks out. Okay, so it's a good cable. It's not the cable. The cable is good. It has connectivity on all 4 wires all the way through, as I just did a continuity check. So the cable is good. Ah, step on the stupid freaking microphone. Okay. Let's plug this back in. All right, so all right, you're killing me, dude. So fine, let's do this. Let's take out the X again. Okay, so X is out. X and Y don't work right now. So X and Y. Let's move Y up into the X spot and give it a whirl. Let's try to move X and see what happens now. Same. Does that initial click to try and move it, and then it does not move. Yeah, plug Z in X. That's what I'm going to try here in 1 second. So I can take... I don't know if this cable is long enough to reach the X motor. That's my other problem here. It's not, so I have to cut a cable. So, all right. So, and I'm gonna unplug this other one because I don't want 2 motors doing crazy stuff against each other. I don't want to break anything either. Oh shoot. Nothing, but let's try and just reset real quick. No. Okay. Settings, move axis, X. Nothing. Nothing. What the crap? All right. Talk to me, Goose. What's going on here? Settings, move axis. Okay, Z still works. Oh, maybe it is the drivers then. Well, that is an unpleasant thing because I don't know if they'll replace the board. I really don't know if they will or not. This is X. This is Y here. One mass try for giggles, and then we're just going to call it, and I'll contact them. X just clicks, and Y just clicks. So it tells me, like, how is that the driver bad if it is still trying? I've seen drivers go, they just don't even move anymore. Like, they do nothing. But these, like, stutter one step and then stop. It's not like it's tight, because these belts are not that tight. They're not tight enough to cause it to not be able to move. I did that, and it did nothing. I'll try it one more time. So if I disconnect X here, I disconnect this Z, I put this Z up on X. So again, we know that Z cable is good. We know that the Z driver is good. Settings, move axis, move Z. Huh, it's trying. So that means it's a driver, right? Yeah, like 50 people have said plug. Z is plugged into X now. All right, we're already there, guys. We're already at that point. Already moving that here. Now it's not moving at all. Let's reset this one more time and try Z again. So Z is plugged into that. I know. Settings, move axis, move Z. Nothing's happening. So okay, so if I unplug it from that motor and put it into this spare motor that I have sitting here, and I tell it move Z, it does nothing at all. I have another motor. I can try this motor too. These motors are good though. These motors came off of a working printer. So it really has my doubts that it's a bad motor. It's not moving the spare one. What the hell? Why is it being so freaking finicky? If I don't move Z, it's not moving it at all. So these three motors are not bad. The cable is good. The driver is good. All right, I'll reconnect the Z motors. All right, go here to settings, move axis, move Z. It goes up. Oh, you guys can't see, sorry. But it goes up. See? It goes up, it goes down. Both motors turning. What the heck? There are no 12 or 24 volt motors. There's just motors. TrueTech, we're already past that. I'm sorry, that's a dumb question. Yes, it's set to 110. Obviously, the board is working. The display is working. Z works. Extruder heats up. The fans work the way they should. It's just the X and Y motors don't work. And I've tried every motor that I have sitting around here, and it still doesn't want to work. Here's something I have not tried. I'm going to put X on the Z motor just to see what happens here. So let's put the X on Z motor. X is connected. So let's go down here to, and it's probably not going to move at all. Settings, move axis, X. It moves the Z motor. Are you freaking kidding me? So all these other motors that I have don't work. Why? Why? So the problem is all the other motors that I have. All these motors don't work. So I wonder if the extruder motor is even going to work right now. It's not the cables. Stop saying it's damn cables. I'm sorry, it's not. Firmware is fine. There's something up with these motors that don't work with the current setting here. I'd have to pull up, well, I only have the I don't have the all right, let me get up. I only have the, I don't know where to get the Prusa, the full, I only have a hex file for the Prusa firmware. I don't know where to get the full firmware from. All right, where is it at? If anybody knows where to get the full Prusa firmware at, please let me know, and not just the hex file, because then I can change those settings if I can get the full firmware. Source code is on GitHub. You can adjust the voltage with M907. All right, stand by one. Where is a USB cable at? Oh, heck. All right. So we're there, and I am out of USB ports. So I'm gonna lose my mouse. And open up Simplify 3D. Show that. Thanks, Richard. All right, so we go tools, machine control panel. Okay, I'm connected. Let's go back to what he was saying here. So you're saying adjust the driver voltage with M907. I'm gonna go back up and find out, where did you say how to adjust them? I am not removing a Prusa motor from my other machine just to test this out. X number. Okay, so M907. M907. X, and well, what would the number be? Well, he had like 800. Are those the numbers we're supposed to use in this? At 800. Let's go back up here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop, 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 stop. Scroll too far. 800, 1500, 1500. That's X, Y, Z, and E. I'm going to see if I can Google what the M907. Oh, I said M. Set the 10-pot motor. Why it doesn't say? Oh, 503 should tell me the current values. Okay. I am not a firmware person, so I was hoping to use the Prusa one. M503. Send. M503 isn't doing anything, so let's do prawn face. Well, someone just said M503 does. M503 is showing nothing. All right. All right, so I made that change. Oh, I didn't normal the motor's back up. So let's do settings, move, X. Nope. Yeah, after it, it's not staying. Yeah, same mode as the MK3. I mean, I have 907 set to 1,000 now. I can do 1,500. I just set M907X to 1,500. I just did it, and it's not doing anything. So let me reset, and I'll try it one more time. Because again, the motor does that one click. It tries to go that one step and then stops. So let me reset it. I'll set it to 1,500 straight out and try it that way. Yeah, I know I have to do it again, and I've been doing it again. Thank you for the insight on that. Now it's not even going. Come on. All right, so now John is saying it's a different command. This is the NZ board. (906) is set motor TMC motor current. And they go by milliamps. So it should be like 5. So M906 is the actual command I'm supposed to be using, right? All right, so if we do M, well, we gotta be capital. M906 X5. Well, I mean, in the max they have it set in here is 10 milliamps. On the Marlin one, it doesn't say what the max or min can be. All right, John, what do you got? What are you sending me here, man? No, Nightbot, you son of a bee. I approve that message. Control C. Control V. All right, so there's the steps. There's the board. Feed rates, acceleration, acceleration. Oh. Feed rates. I'm trying to find where if it says anything in here about the milliamps in the firmware. I'm not seeing it in there. So John, where in there are you seeing it? Line 6675. Wait, what? Oh, it's not the one that John... Aaron, trying to figure out what's going on with the motors. The motors and the board are not playing nice with each other. So the current is... V-sense is 1. 16, 20, 35, 30. X, Y, Z, E. So 35 milliamps is the highest it has for Z, and X is only at 16. Am I reading that correctly? Oh, motor current for NZ is 63. So let's try 80. $258. Why does nobody know this? Come on. Why don't I know this either? TrueTech, a multimeter for what? Already checked the cables, and I already know that the cables are good because it moves a different motor. It's not working with these motors that I have. The X, Y, and Z motors, X, Y motors are not working, but the two Z motors that I have are working just fine in this with this firmware. So now we're trying to figure out how to adjust the firmware to do that. How do you check built-in TMC 2130 drivers? Z works just fine. X and Y do not move. Well, I've rolled out the driver and I've rolled out the cable, so now it's the motors. So someone is saying that I need to up the voltage in order to get these other motors to work, which is great. But no one knows how to do that. And I don't know how to... I know how to check a standard driver for the voltage. I don't know how to check an integrated TMC 2130 driver. Yes, so we do need to use M907, but no one knows the actual value to set it to. No, go away. Yeah, we're already in there. Who'd sent that recently? PC Pac Fan. We're already in there. I mean, there are plenty of people that use this one. But the problem is, I haven't looked to see if anybody actually has changed anything in it. So somebody else got it to work, but I'm not seeing anything about the firmware on here. For that one. These people, I'm just kind of reading through here, see if anybody has anything that would help. Yeah, that doesn't help at all. I wonder if they have a firmware on the actual web page here. I highly doubt because it's Chinesey. Wonder if the FISEC. I wonder if they have it on their page. Oh, go back. Everybody raves about it, but great deal, blah, blah, blah. Who has ideas here? Yeah, Pac-Man, I see that. Okay, let me download. Let me get back to where that was at. No, go back there, please. Alright, so the Prusa firmware, we're going to download. I got to get to my freaking mouse because this is killing me. I hate touchpads on laptops. Alright, so we're going to download the whole zip. So that's done. Kill that. I'm extracting it. And we're going to open it up here, firmware. Oh shoot, there's 6 different variants in that. 10A E3D V6 full. So MK3 NZ 10A E3D V6 full. Oh, I need to open this in shoot. Open with WordPad. That's gonna be the line breaks. Okay. So Control F current. So you're thinking if I change this to 35, that should work, huh? All right, let's give it a shot. And just for the H one, or for the R as well? Holding currents and running currents. Well, hell, they're all the same anyways, so we're just gonna do it. All right, we're gonna save that. Now, okay. Let's see what happens, guys. So let's undo my mouse again. Plug the printer back in. Port COM8. I don't know if all that's right, but hey, what the heck? Let's do it. Oh, what board am I using? Let's see here. I probably need to download the board, don't I? Anybody know what board I should be using in Alright, so I made the change in the firmware. That's done. Now I need to get Arduino IDE to see the board, so I can do that. So I don't know what board to select. 18 mega 256 non. Pauline, you can send me it via Facebook. The easiest way to get it to me. Or you can email me, shane@fugatech3dprinting.com. So the 18 mega 256. Tools, board. There is no 18 mega 256. There's a processor for that, but I need to find the board. And if I go to Board Manager and I search Rambo or NZ, none of that comes up. Thanks, Jack. Hang on, I gotta find Facebook. No. Come on, Facebook. That's that. Close that. Alright, 1 second, Jack. As soon as I get this here. Do 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 do. So we got here. Oh my god, come on. Now Arduino's being stupid. Oh, Jack, we were already talking before. Look at that. Alright, copy that. The Arduino Genuine Mega or Mega 256 does not work. That's what I had originally set to. That does not work. That does not work with this board because it tells me error compiling for it because it doesn't like it. So preferences. Rambo board, there it is. Install. Let's try to compile this now. Nope. Can't compile for Rambo either. So board, fine. I'm okay. I'm gonna do what you say. You go board. You said go to the Arduino Genuine Mega or Mega 256. Processor is the AT Mega 256. COM port is 8. If I go and hit compile, it errors out. Error compiling for board Arduino Genuine Mega or Mega 256. 0. That is with the Prusa firmware. Doesn't verify regardless. I don't know why you're not understanding here. Let's see, it's telling me, let's see, I'm looking at the error here. Fatal error, configuration underscore Prusa.h, no such file or directory. Why does he have to make his stupid firmware so doggone complicated? That could be something I didn't do. So you're saying from the variants folder, oh, I have to rename it. Is that what you're saying? So I need to rename the NZ10A board to configuration underscore Prusa. Is that correct? So I have to do it and then paste that here. And then let's close this. Let's reopen it. Okay, I didn't realize you had to rename it and put it in there. Sorry, no one said that earlier. Configuration underscore Prusa. There it is. Let's make sure that it has my changes in it. Yep. Let's verify. Well, we made it farther than we did before. Hey, we made it past the first 2 seconds. Somebody was asking earlier why I don't have my screen on for you guys to see. There is apparently a bug in NVIDIA and OBS. So anytime I go to do the screen, like window, or if I go to do just a window or my desktop, it's black. I haven't found a fix around it yet. Right, we're still compiling. Well, I'm already already 3 hours into this stream. So, Pauline, I did not look. I'm waiting for this to... I'm going to try this first here. Upload. Let's see what happens. Well, once I do this, then updating firmware, do not disconnect. That's what the printer tells me. Yeah, if we end up finding a fix for this, then I can do the save it all out and then put the zip up on my Google Drive. That way, if anybody does this, they can give it a shot. If this ends up working, I don't want to celebrate too early, folks. I'm gonna sit down here because I'm getting tired. It's now 12:30. Stefan, X and Y were not working, but the Z motors work just fine. Again, we already went through all the troubleshooting. I don't want to go over it again. Sorry. Nope, government shutdown has everything to do with me. Done. So... well, my screen is all gone to shit. So that's not cool. Yeah, my screen is all kinds of gobbledygook now. So what does that have to do with? Because it was just working with the Prusa one. Yeah, so the screen is currently unusable. If I tell it, I'm trying to use Prusa or using Machine Control 753, nothing moves. But I can't use the screen. You know, the secondary laying off in config.h. What in the God's name does that mean? Ah. Nothing for laying comes up in configuration.h. I need to show the line display line numbers. Okay, line 47 has nothing in configuration.h, and line 48 is include eprom.h. Marlin is firmware's not my thing. Anybody who thinks it is my thing is wrong. I know it's not my thing, but I did not think this was going to be this much. Oh, just open up config.h. All right, hang on. Let me friggin' open with WordPad. We close that. You said line 47. There's no items when I open it this way. Son of my gun. Lang multi-lang support. Define multi-lang as 0. Define lang support 1. So wait, what did you say to do? Uncomment 47 comment. So take the comments out of this one. And then just do whack whack on that one. Save. Close that. Open the firmware back up. Make it so. Let's see what happens. Oh. Where put? Oh, there it is. All right, it's compiling now. It also kind of amazes me, like, who knows this stuff? Like, why would you make some of these crazy things here? Yeah, drum roll indeed. All right, it is writing. God, I would love to see this thing freaking home, at least tonight. That would make my evening. If this thing will, if these motors will start to work. Welcome back. My office. Pac fan. That still didn't work. It's still all gobbledygook. Where the hell is it? Prusa firmware. Firmware. Big.h. Where are you at here? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I did do that. 46 is... Yeah, okay, 46 does not have the comments in front of it. 47 has the comments in front of it. So it's lang mode 0, primary language only. That is uncommented, and that is what it's doing. So, Pauline, should I just load that through the Prusa, through, let's call it, Slicer? I've honestly never used a hex file before, except for the Prusa machines. Flash printer firmware. Let's go to downloads. All right, let's just try that and see what happens. I'm trying it through the Prusa. Yeah, through Slicer. Okay. Upgrading the firmware. Do not disconnect. Writing 30%. Did you guys follow that thread? You say the Slicer. Did you guys follow that thread about Tom? He's going to start calling everything differently because people don't hate the way he says Slick 3R. I thought that was pretty funny. Pauline's is flashing right now. Yeah, I'm already there. It's already going. I've updated these machines before. It's not new. It's just, again, I haven't done it before. With something other than the Prusa one. Original Prusa i3, Prusa Research. And the screen is all bonked out. Symbols all over it. With your version, Pauline. And the bootloader screen is fine. But once it actually goes into the menu, it's just gobbledygook. It's the exact same screen that comes in a Prusa. I did a reset. I didn't try power cycling. I just did the reset on the LCD. Yep, same thing. 9, ohm symbol, nothing, dash, and then it switches. Now it's a whole, again, bunch of different weird old symbols. But when I press anything, I can't. Oh, this is exhausting, guys. I mean, if it's my screen, I don't know if that other screen will work that I switched out, because I think that screen actually is bad. There's something goofy with this screen here. I guess, I mean, I could switch it real quick and see what happens. Unplug USB. Okay, USB did not fix it. Okay, USB did not fix it. I hate the delay in this stupid thing. Ugh. Come here. Nope, that's not gonna work. I need this one. That screen is fried. Do I have a third screen? Technically, yes. I'd pull it off my hypercube. All right, let me grab the screen off the hypercube if I can. I don't know if I can do it with it still in there. If I have to pull it out. Wait, who gave me the wrong hex file? Oh. Pauline, do you have an MK3 hex file? I hate the delay, my God. By the time you guys have said it once, 10 other people have said it, and I've already replied. All right, thanks, Pauline. I will stand by and wait for your file. Do. Didn't you have the LCD issue? No, my original LCD died. Thankfully, I had another one sitting around. I have a 3.41 sitting on my desktop, so I wait for Pauline. I'm just going to throw that on and see what happens. Because I think I had 3.51 on here. but I'll just do that one just to see what happens. Email sent. All right, I will download that as soon as I get it. Email. There it is. Almost there. So I can install this now. Browse. Downloads, firmware 1. Open. And flash away, flash away, flash away all. All right, it's uploading now. Where am I at? Here we are. So I mean, it's not the clone that it is. It's just the motors, because I'm not using Prusa motors. If I was to buy Prusa motors, this probably would not be a problem at all. It's verifying now, so we're almost there. Yeah, but the motor kits are like $150. That's a huge cut into my budget. Because if I was to pay for that, you might as well just buy the full kit. Because it's only like $50 more at that point. No, I know which is which. Hey, it's not gobbledygook anymore. So, settings, move axis, X. Nope, doesn't move. It just clicks again. Yep, Y did the same thing. Son of a gun. I only have the motors that I have, unless I, again, rip a motor off of my Mark III, which is not desirable because then I have to disconnect everything, and I do not want to do that. It does a single click. One click, and then it never does it again. The drivers on the board are not dead because I'm able to move the cable from the X motor, put it on the Z motor, and it moves just fine. The problem is these other motors, the firmware does not like. I don't know how many times I can say that. Yes, Justin, and they still do not work because the motors are not compatible for some reason. The Z motors work everywhere. The XY motors work nowhere. Of any of the spares ones that are on there or the spares that I have, they do not work anywhere. I'm not changing boards because the whole reason to build this was for the board. It's not the direction of the motors because it would be clicking and it would be going the opposite direction if it was the motor direction. I have not tried a generic Marlin version. I don't have one. I didn't look for one either. Because again, this wasn't a problem until this stream. Alright, so somebody said tried 3.5.0. I have it on here now, and I will see what happens. What are the degrees on these motors? I don't even remember anymore. I don't remember. Nope, 3.5 is the same thing. But if I go to move axis and I go down to Z, it moves nice and even. Oh, Z home works. Did that by mistake. Yeah, flashing any of the Prusa hexes work just fine, except for those motors. Pin to probe works, fans work, extruder heats up, Z works. X and Y on these motors does not work. I did not buy the motors. The motors came on an old G-Tech printer that I had. Again, that was the whole reason for using the old parts, was to save money and not rebuy everything. Let me Google it real quick and see what comes up on these motors. Oh shoot, now the damn thing is on there. Alright, let's see. So it is Alright, let's see. These are 1.8 degree. Does that matter? So you're saying download the 3.5 source code. Where is each version source code at then? Because if it's on that GitHub, which is not that one, it's this one, Prusa 3D, Prusa firmware. It's just the MK3 branch. Doesn't give a version number here. Who said what here? Releases. All right, let's find this, John. All right, 3.5 RC1 is what it looks like. Source code zip. All right, I'll give this a shot. I'm getting it right now. So firmware. I still need to change up the. I still need to call this. Configuration Prusa. Paste that into there. I need to go into config.h. And I need to go down to the lang. Oh, that's already enabled that way. They already disabled that. So I can then open up the firmware and try to flash this and see what happens. There are no end stops, John. Oh, hence why I'm using 2130 drivers. I'm trying the source code of the 3.5. Except I didn't change the thing yet. So if it flashes, great, but I need to change the, oh heck, current, right? Current. I need to up all of these. And then change this to 35. Change this to 35. Save those changes. I probably need to re-upload it again because I forgot to make those changes. Shoot, even with the language file, even with the language set to 0, when using their source code, this LCD screen still goes to shit. When I upload their hex file, it works, but the source code, it doesn't. So you're saying just include the U8 library? I did go in and verify it. It is set to 0. Well, I included the library. I told it to, and then we're going to see what happens now. Yeah, I copied that over. Oh, what IDE version? 1.8.5, which is what's recommended by Prusa. Yep, still gobbledygook. That's with the U8 library included. Caboose already did all that. I swapped the cables around every which way as possible and still didn't work. Hey Pauline, do you mind hopping on my what's call it? I'm beat too right now. What is it that I have? A Discord. There we go. I have a Discord. Let me link that real quick here. If you wouldn't mind hopping on there, we could chat at some other time. There's an invite link there. But if you could send me a message on there, I'd appreciate it. We can kind of talk offline, and hopefully once I get this figured out, then I can do another stream. I don't know if it's delayed. I'll reply to your email with the invite. But yeah, I'm probably gonna hit the bed here shortly too. So let me get up here. I'll say thanks to everybody because y'all been awesome trying to help me figure out this last little bit, which is the goofy firmware. So what I'll do is now is I will work with people who have volunteered help. If you want to help out, hop on the Discord. Send me your ideas. I can try different firmwares, things like that. But I might end up having to do different motors instead of cheaping out and using motors from my own machine. I don't know, so we'll just have to wait and see how it all goes. So what I'll do is after I get the firmware loaded, I'll come back and do another short stream of just the actual configuration showing that this actually did get to it and its official first print. It's close. We're almost there. Everything is in place except for the part cooling fan and the firmware. So as soon as I get that figured out, this will be a success. But until then, it is going to be a pain in my backside. So again, thank you to everybody, especially Pauline. Thank you for all your help. I hope to talk to you soon. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.